one, different topics were covered during the different lectures. Best practice, standard setting initiatives, COP, WAM, etc. And after that, we have discussed conflict of interest. On yesterday, publication misconduct were defined, and regarding the concept and the problems that lead to unethical behavior and vice versa were also discussed. As far as the violation of the publication ethics, we have also elaborated authorship and contributorship. As you all know, who is to be called author? There are four conditions for an author: that he or she has to contribute a lot in the manuscript of the paper. Then he or she has to take the responsibility about any kind of the problem if will arise. And then another point, please mute your video and audio. Rekha Devi ji. Rekha Devi. Okay. Another point, as far as the contributorship or the authorship, if I am claiming myself, I should be the author of this paper, then I should contribute a lot for the manuscript. Secondly, I have to contribute as an author for the purpose of the final draft of the paper, mean to say finalization of the draft, then submission. And I have to take the accountability and responsibility any kind of the conflict of interest arises later on. Now, my dear scholars, as you all know, I have defined the academic integrity on yesterday. Similarly, the Gazette of India, which was announced by the University Grants Commission as per the Act 1956, it was released on 23rd of July 2018. And the name of this act is University Grants Commission, Promotion of Academic Integrity and Prevention of Plagiarism in Higher Educational Institutions, Regulations 2018. The title of this particular regulation is Promotion of Academic Integrity and Prevention of Plagiarism, where in higher educational institutions. If I should define these two words, academic integrity is the intellectual honesty in proposing, performing, and reporting any activity which leads to the creation of intellectual property. It means to say we should be honest towards our intellectual position or intellectual capital at the time of the performance, at the time of the report, or at the time of the submitting the proposal for any kind of the activity when we are doing, and it is able to contribute to the knowledge field or the field of the knowledge, you can say, then I have to be honest when I am willing to deliver anything. As the section 2 subclause B, author include a student, you all may be author, a faculty, you all may be author, a researcher or the staff of the higher education institution who claims to be the creator of the work under consideration. Mean to say which work you are willing to submit in any kind of the journal or the document or the report or the magazine. Every person is known to be author. If he or she is claiming, okay, I am the creator of this intellectual property or this research work or this dissertation or this thesis, all are to be known as author. Now, why I am discussing it? Because of I have discussed already plagiarism, section L, Plagiarism means the practice of taking someone else's work or idea and passing them as one's own. Mean to say, we are claiming others' work as mine. As mine, as and when you are going to claim, okay, it is my work, however, it was not your work. And that is known as plagiarism. As you all are researchers, you must know the definition of the researcher. Section 2, subsection N. Researcher refers to a person conducting academic scientific research in HEIs, higher educational institutions. Mean to say, if you are conducting any kind of the activity which is related to your academic purpose or your scientific purpose, and the basic to do the research in the field of the academics or in the field of the science. It means to say that a person who is engaging himself or herself in that particular manner, that is known as what it, he or she is known as researcher. I am very much happy to see the number, the highest number of this class, which emerged today on the occasion of the discussion or the group discussion on university regulations or University Grants Commission's regulations. Because of it is very much important for us, for all holders, that we have to contribute maximum. Now, as I didn't the author and the manuscript, mean to where the plagiarism can happen or what is to be conveyed as script, includes research paper, thesis, dissertation, chapter in books, full-fledged books, and any other similar work submitted for assessment leading to the award of master and research level degrees for print or electronic media by students or the faculty or the researcher or the staff or an person who is as then he or his assignment, term paper, project work, and script. Mean to say, what is the meaning of the manuscript for the purpose of the publication ethics or for the purpose of, you can say, plagiarism? If you are getting any kind of the document or you are willing to publish any kind of the document in terms of research paper, thesis, dissertation, chapters in books, full-fledged book, maybe textbook, maybe reference book, or any other similar work, it must be submitted for the assessment or the opinion. Opinion mean to say observation may be taken from the peer reviewer, editors, or any kind of the document you can submit for the award of master and research level degrees. Sometimes you write here, I am submitting this dissertation for the partial fulfillment of degree of MPhil. I am submitting this thesis for the partial fulfillment of the award of degree of PhD. As and when this line is being attached, then you can say at that moment, okay, this is my script. And that script can be submitted by you for the purpose of the publication in print form or in electronic media. Suppose if I am displaying or printing any kind of the document on my bloggers.com, googles.com, youtube.com, all are the part of my script. Mean to say, any kind of the document which is being published for three purposes: for the award of degrees, second for print media, for electronic media. By whom? By the authors. Author, whom are the authors? Student, faculty, researcher, or the staff. But it is very much important to note, my dear scholars. It will not include assignment or the term papers or the project reports or the coursework, essays and answer script. Mean to say answer books, you can say, answer sheets. These will not be the part of the script. Now, here is the source. Because the word is very much important, therefore I have to clarify the meaning of the source. Mean the published primary and secondary material from any source whatsoever and includes written information and opinion gained directly from other people. For example, if I am reading this regulation, it becomes what? It is the source. Source, who is the source at that moment? This is the secondary information or the secondary material which is borrowed by me or downloaded by me from the University Grants Commission. For the University Grants Commission, it is published primary material. For me, it is a secondary material for me because I have borrowed, downloaded it from the other. Because of it include the written information and opinion gained from the experts from different fields. It includes eminent scholars, public figures, practitioners in any form whatsoever, as also the data and information in the electronic form, be it audio, in print form you know very well, book, full-fledged book, magazine, journals, dissertation, thesis, research papers, chapters. But in case of the electronic form, what is that? Audio, video, image, text, comma, information being given the same meaning as defined under section 215 of the Information Technology Act 2000 and reproduced here in regulation 2L. As you know very well, the source here is 2L. Why it is L? L is meant to say it is related to plagiarism. Mean to say under IT Act, if you will disturb, suppose I have uploaded my audios or videos on the YouTube, someone is downloading it, and after editing it, the same person is uploading the document. That is plagiarism. It is not meant for, it is not restricted up to the research paper, publication, thesis, no. Everywhere, when the information and opinion are involved, that kind of the document, if it will be disturbed or it will be claimed by us, okay, it is mine, that is known as violation of the publication ethics. Is it clear to you all? Any query in this regard?
Yes, sir, it is clear.
Okay, these are the mere definitions. Now, okay, thank you. Here is how to curb the plagiarism. What action is to be taken and what action to be initiated by the universities and what kind of the penalties, complaints are to be dealt. Here point number 6 in your syllabus, RP3 publication ethics. Identification of the publication misconduct. As I told you earlier, academic integrity and publication ethics. Academic integrity, mean to say research integrity includes fabrication, falsification and plagiarism. And another one, what we have included, if you can remind. Anyone can give the response, Mr. Kamal.
Publication ethics violation.
Publication ethics includes self-plagiarism and
duplicate
publication.
publication.
Yes. Okay, thank you for reminding me. Now, as and when such kind of the misconduct are being done or committed by anyone, before deciding the penalty, we must ensure what kind of the crime, what kind of the misconduct has been done by the author. Here is what we have to do. Firstly, there is the level of plagiarisms. Section 7 of this regulation is saying similarly check for the exclusion from the plagiarism. It is very much important section for you all. The similarly checks or similarity check for the plagiarism shall exclude the following. It is exclusion. Mean to say, under section 7, page number 10 of this regulation is saying, if these 3 points are included or these 3 points are quoted or any information is the part and parcel of these 3, 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, then are not to be included in the plagiarism clause. 1. All quoted work reproduced with all necessary permission and attributions. Mean to say, suppose you have quoted a definition of values from the book who have been authored or which has been authored by anyone, and you have quoted the name. Suppose I am saying, please mention here by the quoting of Subhash Chandra Bose, तुम मुझे खून दो मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा, and quoted dash 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 by Subhash Chandra Bose. That is the quoted marks. It will not be the part of the plagiarism because of you have quoted this work and you have reproduced with all necessary permissions or attributions. Here is attribution, mean to say you are not claiming it is my sentence, it is my quote. No, you are saying Professor Rabindranath Tagore said that this. What it means? It means to say you are citing the proper reference. You are citing the claim of or the quote of that fellow who has given this message. Next, all references, bibliography, table of contents, preface, and acknowledgement. In your thesis or the dissertation, you mention all the references. The references are not to be the part of plagiarism for the purpose of the similarity check. For example, firstly, I have to clarify the similarity check. Suppose you have a page of 4 pages, mean to say research publish. Suppose you can take this regulation of the 12 pages. You are willing to publish it. If the University Grants Commission is willing to publish it, if any kind of quoted work is being given in this regulation, they must quote where they have driven it. Similarly, in case of the dissertation or the thesis, if you have mentioned different references at the end of the chapter, on the similar page as footnote, at the end of the thesis as bibliography, you must mention the difference. Reference mean to say you have referred, you have cited in your text. Bibliography, it is meant for suggestive list of the readings which is beneficial for the understanding of that work, what you have done or what you did. There is a great difference between reference and bibliography. Next, table of contents. The first 2 or 3 pages you are mentioning table of contents. You are giving the preface, mean to say about your thesis or the dissertation, and you acknowledge those contributors in your work. This will not be the part of the similar check. Suppose Mr. Satyanarayan adopted my acknowledgement list. What I have quoted in my thesis, Mr. Satyanarayan also quoted that list. It will not be the part of the similarity check for the purpose of the plagiarism. Another one, table of contents. I have made a list of the tables at the beginning of the thesis, and that table of content will maybe or will be similar to another student also, any other scholar also. Suppose chapter 1, mine chapter 1 in my thesis is introduction, and another scholars For example, Mr. Rakesh Kumar has also the chapter 1 introduction. Chapter 2 of mine thesis is a review of literature. Another is saying also review of literature. Third, research methodology, and another scholar is also saying research methodology. Such kind of the table of contents may be excluded and will not be the part of plagiarism. However, they are similar, but they are not be the part of plagiarism. Check. Next one is all generic terms, laws, standard symbols. Please mute your mic who have opened. Otherwise, I have to remove. I'm not willing to remove anyone. Okay. Third point, all generic terms, suppose what kind of language, what kind of the definition you have taken. For a particular author, and I'm getting the similar term in my thesis. The similar is also utilized by the another school in his or her thesis. For example, I am mentioning the generic term, for example, choice-based credit system. This word is also utilized by the another scholar. Laws. I am utilizing the name of the Consumer Protection Act. The student of public administration is also mentioning Consumer Protection Act. Standard symbols. I am utilizing a standard symbol of the standard deviation as sigma. Another scholar is also utilizing the similar symbol for sigma. X bar for mean, I am using. Another scholar X bar for mean. Standard equations, X plus Y is equal to Z. Another scholar is also mentioning X plus Y is equal to Z. These are what? These are all generic terms, laws, standard symbols, and standard equations are not to be the part of the similarity check for the purpose of identification of the plagiarism or the violation of the publication ethics. Is it clear, my dear scholars? Shivani
No,
Chahal,
sir.
please
No,
reply.
sir. Please repeat.
Okay.
Your voice is not audible, sir. Still.
It is a problem of not audible is of one or any other also. Ritesh Khatri.
Yes, sir. Voice are not
Satyanarayan.
clear. Sir, in between it happens sometimes.
Voice is okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, okay. Third point, I am clarifying it. First point was quoted work which you have been produced, borrowed from the others. The quoted words you have utilized. That will not be the part of plagiarism. And it will not be considered for the similar check. References, bibliography, table of content, preface, acknowledgement, as you mentioned in the beginning of or the opening of the thesis or the dissertation, are not to be the part for the similarity check for plagiarism. Third, generic terms. Sometimes, if I am writing the word choice-based credit system, the similar word is available in my thesis, and these four words are also utilized by the another scholar. It will not be called as similar check, or it is not to be considered for the similarity check. Another thing, I just mentioned for example, I am a student of law and you are also a student of commerce. In case of the law student, that student is mentioning different provisions under the Consumer Protection Act. He or she submitted his or thesis. Later on, the student of commerce who is working on the Consumer Protection Act implementation and execution of the act, and he or she is also quoting or mentioning different provisions of the CPA, Consumer Protection Act. Such kind of the law provisions are similar in both the theses, but for the purpose of the penalty definition under the clause of plagiarism, these provisions are not to be considered for similarity check because of these are laws and regulations which are common for all, and nobody will consider for the purpose of the similarity check to give any punishment or the penalty to anyone. Is it clear? Now, anyone? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. It's Amit Kumar.
Ji.
Actually, my question is, when we forward our manuscript to anybody who is
Yeah.
who is supposed to remove that plagiarism,
Yes.
and how we would be confirmed that it has not been uploaded or accessed by any another website, so that it can now it is 100% plagiarized, or it is 0% plagiarized, or being in the process of plagiarism removal process.
Okay. You are discussing about the.
Yes, sir. I am.
College.
My question is how the authentication of removal of plagiarism can be assessed, or any particular body.
Okay.
Means,
I am clarifying. I got your point.
yes, sir.
You
Thank
are discussing, or we are willing to worry about the plagiarism detection softwares.
Yes, sir.
Suppose I downloaded a document from different website. Another unit, research unit 4. In this unit, I will discuss a software regarding the Urkund, URKUND, Urkund. This software is available with our university, and I request you all take a link for Urkund.
Sir, your voice is cracking.
Similarity check under the plagiarism.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
sir.
Okay. Now?
Now, okay, sir.
Audible.
Okay.
Continue, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. What I'm going to say here, that Mr. Amit Kumar asked about the plagiarism detection softwares. It means to say we have to carry, or we have to have the plagiarism detection softwares so that I can claim that this particular document has 0% plagiarism. As I have stated the example of Urkund, I just put the name of this in your chat box. You can see, is it visible? It is plagiarism detection software, and it is available with our university, and you can take the login free of cost from the university, and then you can access it. In the next lectures, I will deliver a complete lecture on these kind of the software like Turnitin, Urkund, and other similar PDS, in the short form that is PDS, plagiarism detection softwares. A particular website is there, Shodh Suddhi, which is being run by the InflibNet. information and library network technology. They are utilizing it, or you can say information library network. The question was, Mr. Amit Kumar asked, how I am sure that there is a 0% plagiarism. For that purpose, I am saying that you have to log in those softwares which are authenticated. Pirated software may not be used and must not be used. University will provide this facility to you all, and every university is providing this facility to you, all the to you as well as like you scholars, so that they came to know what is the meaning of the plagiarism and how it is detected and how it is removed. If you see in your ordinance of the PhD, you will see and you will observe that there is an anti-plagiarism software certificate B attached by the teacher, by the scholar both. They should sign and then they can submit the document. Similarly, when you are willing to publish a research paper to any journal, the editor will demand the plagiarism certificate, that you have to claim that I have not plagiarized this document from any source. How you will authenticate yourself? Only and only the software is there. You log in the software, justify yourself, upload your document, and then you will see, okay, what is the similar check? Similarity check is saying what kind of the work, mean to say, if you have 4 pages of your research paper, how many pages, how many words, how many sentences are similar to the others paper. Because of these kind of the softwares will detect the information from different website. As and when they will extract the information from different website, that software will match. In between, I'm just reading a note which is given or which is available on your screen now. The research work carried out by the student, faculty, research staff shall be based on original ideas. Number 1. Shall include the abstract, summary, hypotheses, observations, results, conclusions, and recommendations only. 3rd, shall not have any similarities. That's why the similarity check is being done. Common knowledge or the coincidental terms up to 14 consecutive words. If a line or the sentence having less than 13 consecutive words, that will not be the part of your plagiarism, and it will not be the part of the similarity check. As and when you will go beyond the 14 consecutive words, understand this importance of the 14. If your line, your paragraph, your sentence increased beyond 14 consecutive words and it is found the similar to the others, then you will be the behind the provisions, or you have to follow the provisions of or the penalties regarding the plagiarism. Therefore, it is necessary that you have to understand this note. You should have the original idea, including abstract, summary, hypothesis, observation, result, conclusion, and recommendation, and not have any similarity with the others' work. Or if there is any similarity, then you have to check where is the similarity, what kind of the similarity is there. The similarity was quoted work, the similarity was of reference or bibliography, the similarity was of standard symbol or the standard equations. If these are there, then again the level of plagiarism is 0. Moreover, under section 8, there are 4 levels. If the 10% similarity is there, no penalty. If it is 10 to 40%, that is level 1. 40 to 60, level 2. Beyond 60, level 3. Nowadays, the university is in the process to establish departmental academic integrity panels, in which chairperson is the head of the department or that particular DAIP, senior academician from the outside the department, one expert, and one person who is well versed with the anti-plagiarism tools to be nominated by the head of the department. The tenure of these members, A, B, and C, is of 2 years. Quorum of the meeting is 2 out of 3. That is DAIP. What the DAIP do? That DAIP will act every work under the leadership of IAIP, Institutional Academic Integrity. Under section 10, that was at department level. Under section 11, at university level or the college level. I mean to say centralized. Now, what are the penalties? Because of it is the most important point under the syllabus. Penalties in case of the plagiarism shall be imposed on students pursuing studies at the level of the master and research programs, and on researcher or the faculty or the staff only after academic misconduct on the part of the individual who have established without doubt, when all avenues of the appeal have been exhausted and individual in question has been provided enough opportunity to defend himself or herself in a fair or transparent manner. Mean to say, penalty will be given after giving so many opportunities, so that the student or the staff or the author, they will clarify himself or herself, okay, that was not my mistake, or that was not plagiarism. Every opportunity will be given. Maximum opportunity will be given to that person. As and when such kind of the plagiarism established, then what will the penalty? And penalty is decided on the basis of severity of the plagiarism, mean to say level of the plagiarism. If it is level 0, minor similarities, no penalty. Level 1, such students shall be asked to submit a revised script with a stipulated time period not exceeding 6 months. This paragraph is very much important for you and me also. For the purpose of the students, scholars. Level 1, submit the revised script. Level 2, students shall be debarred from submitting a revised script for a period of 1 year. Mean to say, after 1 year, he or she can submit. If level 3, registration of the student shall be cancelled. Categories. Note 1. Penalty on repeated plagiarism. Such students shall be punished for a plagiarism of one level higher than the previous level committed by him or her. In case where plagiarism of the highest level is committed, then the punishment for the same shall be operative. What mean to say? Suppose when you have submitted first script, there was level 1 plagiarism. Second time when you submit it, maybe it is level 2. Punishment will be given under level 2. If you have committed the plagiarism at level 3, after the revision of that thesis or the script, when you submit again plagiarism found at level 1, then the punishment will be given for as per provisions under level 1. Mean to say, what is the present situation at that point? In case whereas plagiarism of the highest level, mean to say, suppose level 1, level 2, level 3, highest level plagiarism will be given to you. The punishment or the penalty is to be given to you at the level of the commitment of plagiarism, not 2. Penalty in case the degrees or the credit has already been obtained. Suppose you have submitted your thesis, viva held, degree awarded. After that, what we found? The university found that there is a plagiarism in his or her thesis after uploading on the Sodhganga. The university came to know there is a plagiarism in the chapter 2 or 3 or 4. What will happen? If plagiarism is proved a date later than the date of the award or degree or the credit, as the case may be, her degree or credit shall be abeyance and approved by the head of the institution. It is into degree. But will
So your voice is not audible.
सर ये लास्ट पॉइंट प्लीज रिपीट कर दीजिए.
no problem. No. Yes. वीडियो म्यूट कीजिए प्लीज मीना जी, इसलिए नहीं सुन रहा आपको. B switch off video, Meenakshi Rauda. What I'm going to say here, penalties. On repeated plagiarism, suppose first time you committed level 1, second time you committed level 2, then the punishment to be given at the highest level of plagiarism. This point is very much clear. In degrees being awarded to you and you have passed your PhD degree or MPhil and you passed out from the university and you are willing to do job anywhere. At that time, when the university has uploaded the thesis on Sodhganga and the InflipNet or the Sodhganga or the any other complainant, they have given an application to the university, please check this thesis wherever the plagiarism is there. Because of I did this by work, but the another student has submitted this work before me. Then the matter will be reported to the IAIP, Institutional Level Academic Integrity Panel. As and when it will be checked that is level 0, level 1, level 2, level 3. And it is found that there is plagiarism in your thesis at that moment, then your degree will be kept in abeyance, mean to say kept on hold. Mean to say you cannot take the benefit of that degree. You have to leave your job after joining also. Therefore, my dear scholars, you must be very much careful about these things. Even after joining, you can be called back on the basis of this thesis or the degree. After the award of the degree, any kind of the problem, that's why I'm saying the author is who. Author is who, mean to say the fourth parameter is saying you must be accountable for your publication, before publication, during publication, and post publication. You are accountable that what you have published. Therefore, it should be very much important that you have to look into the matter seriously. Next, 12.2. It is related to your academic and research publications. Level 0, minor similarities, no penalty. Level 1, withdraw the script. Level 2, withdraw the script and shall be denied a right to 1 annual increment. For a teacher, suppose you have joined in the university and found that you have committed the level 2 plagiarism, 1 annual increment will not be given. Moreover, if you are a teacher in the department and you have published a paper and it is found that the plagiarism under level 2, then you have to be barred not to supervise any student of masters, MPhil and PhD scholars for a period of 2 years. It is banned. If level 3 shall be asked to withdraw manuscript 1, denied a right to 2 successive annual increment, and shall not be allowed to be a supervisor, MPhil or PhD student for a period of 3 years. What is that? These are very much serious causes, and they have been implemented by the University Grants Commission in all universities. One more thing I have to share with you, because it is very much severe topic. All the vice chancellors, all the experts who are engaged themselves or who have engaged, who will engage at the time of the evaluation of the performance appraisal of the teachers, or the screening or scrutiny of the documents for the appointment of the teachers, or the promotion of the teachers, all have been advised by the UGC many times that any kind of the plagiarism is found, you must be responsible for there. If you are awarding the degree or you are selecting anyone, please check the research papers and their plagiarism. Number 1. Number 2, not count the number of the research publications, but you have to ensure what is the quality of the paper. Therefore, in brief, I am saying just publish one research paper in 1 year, no problem, but it should be qualitative. Do not focus upon the increase in the number of the research papers. Just focus only one paper, but it should be qualitative and it should be original. Otherwise, these are the punishments are to be imposed by IAIP. Penalty on repeated plagiarism is given. In case level 3 offense is repeated, then the disciplinary action, including suspension or termination, as per the service rule, shall be taken by the HEI. Suppose level 3, 1 manuscript, level 3, second manuscript. If 2 manuscripts are having the level 3 plagiarism, then you will be terminated from the services. Note 2 is proved on the date of later date, after giving the benefit, after giving the promotion, after giving the increment. Immediately it will be drawn or keep on hold by the HEI. Note number 3. The third point is saying to avoid and to check and to curb the plagiarism, what we have to do. Every organization, every university shall have to create a mechanism to ensure that each of the paper, publication, thesis, dissertation by the student, faculty, researcher or the staff of HEI is checked for plagiarism at the time of the forwarding of the submission. That's why in the PhD ordinance it is a clause that the student and that the document has not been plagiarized. This purpose is to give the response. सत्यनारायण, आवाज आ रही है?
So no, sir. From last few lines, you are not audible.
Yes, sir.
Mean to say note number 2 is compulsory and note number 2 is completed. Is it audible?
Sir,
Okay, I will read again. I will read
Sir,
again, no problem.
audible, sir. Audible, sir.
Okay. Note number 1 is saying when you will do the repeated plagiarism, then the penalty is very much serious. In case level 3 offense is repeated, mean to say level 3 plagiarism is being done by a teacher, by a scholar, by a staff member of the university or the college, then the disciplinary action like suspension or termination can be done. Number two, if the benefit or the credit or the promotion or the annual increment has been given, and after the promotion or the increment, it is found that you have been the guilty of the plagiarism,
Not audible, sir.
Nothing is audible, sir.
Not audible, sir.
I hope it is audible.
Yeah, audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now it is audible.
Point number three, we are discussing point three, five. These are very much small point. Three is saying university has to establish a mechanism. For example, our university has established a mechanism to check out the plagiarism in Flipnet in the university library. You should visit the university library and take the login for the Urkund, so that during the completion of your thesis or the degree or your coursework, if you are willing to publish any manuscript, firstly you should remove the plagiarism from that particular document and check the similarity. Any kind of the complaint, note number 4, any kind of the complaint of the plagiarism against the head of the HEI, a stable action, mean to say it is not free for the head. No, even the vice chancellor, registrar, professors, associate professors, assistant professors, and the scholars, if any one of them is found guilty of plagiarism, then each and every kind of action is to take. Number 5, if there is any complaint at the department, again IAIB will take.
So your voice is
Any
not
complaint
clear.
okay.
I think, sir, there is occurring a kind of loop in connection, bro.
Okay. Now,
Clear, sir. Clear. Continue, sir.
okay. Only 3 points are remaining. Just I wish to conclude it. Point is that if anyone is found guilty of the plagiarism, then he or she is not be free. Every kind of the punishment provisions are there. Every kind of the penalty is to be given. Therefore, I request you all that to avoid any kind of the plagiarism, if you found, firstly do the similarity check and then save yourself. With these words, I thank you all. If any query, any question, you can ask.
Sir,
Okay,
I
thank you.
want to ask a question, sir.